Hi there, welcome to Close House up here in the northeast. I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Graeme McDowell today. So we're going to do a little bit of short game. We're going to touch a little bit on some new wedges from Cleveland. Now Graeme, I know you've always favoured the Cleveland bladed style wedge, which I've got here. I've got the RTX-3, but we've got some new product. We've got the CBX, which is a cavity back, aimed more for handicap golfers like myself. Just tell us a little bit what it is about the Cleveland wedge that you've favoured. Is it something like the shape, the profile? What was this kind of why have you leaned towards this style of wedge?
Yeah, I mean, I think the old Cleveland classic, 588. I think we all remember our first Cleveland wedge, and they've always been one of the leaders in short game wedges. And like you alluded to, I've always favoured this style. This is the RTX-3. I'm still on the RTX-2. I'm just kind of one of these guys. I'm normally about 2 years behind the technology. I take a little while just making that transition. But there's so much technology in wedges from there's so many bounce and loft options that I really feel like the handicap golfer, before we even start talking about blade versus cavity back, I think the handicap golfer really doesn't understand A, how to use the bounce on the club, and B, they're typically using too much loft. We've got a 54 and a 56. I mean, this 56, this new cavity back, obviously you alluded that it's really helping the handicap golfer who carries a set of cavity back clubs, that he doesn't go straight to a bladed wedge, that's really quite a tough transition to make. So, obviously the big keys with this club, more forgiveness with that cavity back. Center of gravity, the lower the center of gravity a little bit, help the player get it in the air a little bit, and obviously still got that Cleveland loft and bounce options as well. This has got 12 degree, it's got lots and lots of bounce on it, which is really forgiving for the handicap golfer, because they can, really not be scared of the turf, because that bounce is going to help them help the club come up and out. We don't get that dig.
Absolutely, and something that's interesting with the new product we've got here, obviously it's a larger head, it's a like a different profile, which may not suit the better eye of players like Graeme.
It looks really nice from the top line though. You don't tell just by looking down, but that you've got all this great technology in the back, like we talked about, the center of gravity and the bounce, and obviously that forgiveness. And
the key thing, what Cleveland have done is they've actually got the same sort of groove and spin technology on the face, so you're not sort of sacrificing.
Yeah.
You can get some wedges when they're part of a set, they don't have that specialist wedge like face or grooves, whereas what you're still going to get with that, you're still going to get that grab and spin on the greens.
For sure, for sure. I mean,
hopefully.
We all love that rusty look that the Cleveland kind of raw grind has given us, but like you mentioned, we still got our spin grooves here. We still got the real good groove technology, and the handicap golfer is not going to give that up when he goes to the CBX. He's going to get more forgiveness. He's going to keep that spin as well.
Okay, so we're going to have a little challenge here. We just set up here. This is on the 18th green at the Philly course. 4 balls. So we're going to do 2 shots each with each wedge. So I'm hoping that afterwards we'll be able to say that yes, Graeme definitely should be using the bladed wedges, and I should be using the cavity back wedges. But we're going to put them to the test to see how it goes.
Why don't we both start with the blade first?
Yeah. Pretty solid start.
Not bad, not bad. Got a really good feel to it. This is a 54 degrees, actually a really nice chipping.
You de-loft it quite a lot?
Well, just in this situation, I feel like I want to get that ball running end over end. We talked about, in chipping, I tend to like to get the ball rolling as much as I can. I think when you're trying to play this shot slightly uphill, a little left to right, we don't want to get spinning too much. Not too shabby. Just stay down on it a little bit more. Okay.
I'm not getting the help from the bounce. I think I need a bit more bounce. That's that's my problem.
Well, you actually do have the old, you're trying to help it up with your body. You're very much kind of coming up when we want to kind of create more of an up to sort of a down move. I think one of my best tips for chipping is follow through low. We want a more of a high backswing to a low follow through. I see too many low to highs, so let me try this. I like the look of the CBX. This is a 56 degree, and again I'm going to just de-loft it and try and get it running up there a little bit. It's got a good feel to it. Got that one running out a little too much.
Got the line.
Maybe I need to go CBX. I mean, order me up a set of those, will you?
But you're liking the feel. You're not noticing, like you don't feel like you're sacrificing anything.
No,
like
I'm not getting that
like
kind of a hollow cavity feel at all. I'm
Yeah.
really getting that nice Cleveland wedge feel. I think you got a little bit more forgiveness there. Stand up a little taller and just get that follow through a little lower. Closer.
Not my best.
I think
not my best.
I think
work,
the jury might still be out for you.
Yeah, I'm not the best person to test them out really, but
they're very good.
it's yeah, obviously, like I say, good players as well. It's not necessarily just going to be high handicappers that might gravitate towards these wedges, is it? You might get your better players that just think, you know, I like the look, I like the feel. I can game those.
Yeah, like I say, I think top line. I'm not really losing a lot of aesthetics at all there. Top line maybe slightly more offset, but you know, obviously the technology is all back here with the cavity and the forgiveness and center of gravity. We've got our groove technology. But I think one of the most important things, whatever Cleveland wedge you buy, hopefully they're buying Cleveland, they better be. The most important thing is to make sure that you have your loft gappings done correctly, but more importantly that you've got your bunch, you know, correctly. Especially this time of the year when the golf courses get a little soft, you need to be going with a little bit more bounce. If we're playing a firm linksy course, we want to go with a little less bounce, but just, you know, they got to speak to their PGA professional and make sure they get fitted out for wedges. Okay, well, I think that's just about a victory for Graeme, and probably just about a victory for the CBX as well. So Graeme, thanks very much for your time. Take this with me.
Yeah, you can have that. I'm going to use a putter next time. Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
see you
guys.
later.
Thank you.